G'day, welcome to Tech Math channel. What we're going to be having a look at in this video is the sine rule, so sit back and enjoy. And before we start, a big shout out to my latest patron, Zoya. Your support is well appreciated. Anybody who wants to become a patron and support the Tech Math channel, you'll see a link in the description below. So the sine rule, this is a method used with non-right angle triangles. A triangle like we have here has no right angles, and it's used to work out unknown sides and angles. Also, we can use the cosine rule, which we'll have a look at in future videos. So let's have a look at what the sine rule is. The sine rule says the following. It says that the sine of capital A over little a is equal to the sine of capital B over little b, which is equal to the sine of capital C over little c. Or alternatively, the whole lot here can be flipped as follows. We can have little a over the sine of A is equal to little b over the sine of B, which is equal to little c over the sine of C. It's a nice, easy rule to remember, yeah? So what's this all mean? Well, when we label a triangle, such as the triangle we have here, we give the sides and angles specific letters, and it's pretty easy. We label the angles here with capital letters. So I'm going to call them capital A, capital B, and capital C. You're going to see here this angle A here, this particular angle here, opens out to this line here, directly opposite little a. We call the line, the angle where angle B starts out to, this line here, little b. And we call this one, you guessed it, this is going to be C. So for the law of sines, we're going to be using matching sets to work out unknown sides. Okay, so I'll show what I mean. And I'm just going to reduce this rule here to its most simple by getting rid of all this stuff here. So say I was just considering sine A and sine B and B, angle A, line A, angle B and line B. We have two matching sets here. We could use, so say we knew these particular figures here. We knew the angle of A and we knew the line length of A here. And say we only knew B here. We could use this also to work out this particular side length over here. Okay, and that's where the sine rule is really, really handy. As long as we know at least one full set and part of the other set, we can use it to work out the rest. Okay, so let's have a look at this in action. I'm just going to go through two examples. We're going to work out one with the side. We're going to work out one with the angle. And I'm also going to show you just a little trick that you can use within this, just in case you get in a particular type of question. Okay, so let's have a look at an example here. Okay, for our first example here, we have a triangle where we have an angle of 37 degrees and its corresponding side that opens out to 7. We also have an angle of 97 degrees which opens out to a corresponding side that we're trying to find. So we're going to use a condensed version of the sine rule as follows. We're going to be using this particular one here. A over the sine of capital A equals B over the sine of capital B. We only need to use this particular part of the sine rule. We don't need to use the whole thing. Okay, so let's go through and label our sides now. Now, I like to keep my unknowns on this side. It's just a little thing I like to do. So let's start with that. We've got our unknowns here, which I'm going to be calling our A's here. So this is going to be a capital A for our angle and a little a for our side, which goes along with it. We have a capital B for our angle here that we do know, and a little b for that side length here that we do know. So now let's go through and substitute in our values. Okay, so we have, okay, A, which is equal to X. We have sine of 97 degrees. Okay, and this is equal to B, which is 7, over the sine of 37 degrees. All right. Now, we're going to go through now and work out the sine of 97 and the sine of 37. So if we were to do this, we're going to get the following. We're going to get the sine of 97 degrees, and we're going to work out the sine of 37 degrees, and these are as follows. The sine of 97 degrees is equal to 0.99. The sine of 37 degrees is equal to 0.60. So now we can substitute these into our equation here. Okay, so we're going to end up with X over the sine of 97 degrees, which is 0.99, which is equal to 7 over the sine of 37 degrees, which is 0.60. All right, we can solve this particular part here, 7 divided by 0.60. So x over 0.99 is going to equal whatever 7 divided by 0.60 is, which is 11.66666666, 11.67. All right, what do we do now? To find x, this is what I usually do. I've done this on other videos. When we don't know what to do, we can go a friendly equation, 6 over 2 equals 3. We're trying to find the one at the top here. We're going to multiply these because 2 times 3 equals 6. We're going to multiply these two numbers to find out what x equals. So x is equal to this number times this number, which is equal to 11.55. So this particular side here is equal to 11.55. And that's how easy it is to use the sine rule. For our next example, we're going to be using a two-step problem where we're going to find an angle, but there's going to be a little bit of an extra step in there. So let's get to that. Okay, for this particular example here, we have a non-right angle triangle. We have an angle of 44 degrees that opens out to a side length of 12. We have an angle here that we're going to be trying to find here that opens out to a side length of 14. So we're going to be using the following formula. We're going to be using the sine of capital A over little a equals the sine of capital B over little b. If it's the angle, I like to use the sine A on top here, and if it's the side length, I use the little a on top there. So just a little thing, just makes life a whole lot easier, as you'll find out as you go along. So let's work these out. So let's label our sides first. I like to keep the unknowns on this side, so I'm going to be calling this side A, and this side little a. I'm going to call this side therefore capital B, and this side little b. So let's sub in our values here, okay? So sine of A is equal to sine theta, okay? And little a here is equal to 14. Okay, this is equal to the sine of B, which is, all right, we're sine of B, which is sine 44 degrees, and we're going to put this over little b, which is 12. So what is, first off, the sine of 44 degrees? The sine of 44 degrees is equal to, and you can work this out on your calculator, 0.69. So let's sub this in to our equation here. We have sine theta over 14, which is equal to, what do we say, 0.69 over 12. So, writing it all out again now, sine theta over 14 is equal to 0.69 divided by 12 is 0.058. Okay, so how are we going to solve for sine theta here? Well, like before, we could do this old 6 over 3 equals 2. We're after the number on the top, so we're going to multiply these two numbers. We're going to multiply these two numbers because we're after the number on the top. Okay, so sine theta is equal to 14 times 0.058, which is equal to 0.81. So how are we going to work out what theta is now? Well, we're just going to work out sine to the negative 1 of 0.81. So we're going to find out that theta is equal to the inverse of that, which is 54.14 degrees. So this angle here is 54.14 degrees. And just before we go here, just a little thing I want to tell you, just to watch out for. I'm just going to leave that as 54 for the minute, but occasionally you'll be asked to work out, say, this angle here. And you'll be given, where you won't be asked to give you this angle, they'll give you this side and they'll ask you to work out instead this angle. So if I was to do that, I'd work out this angle here, and then what I'd do is I'd say, well, okay, there's 180 degrees in a triangle, so this angle here is going to equal to 180, take away 44, take away 54, and you'll have that particular angle here. So anyway, that's the sine rule. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. And as I said before, if you really want to support the TechMath channel, become a patron. It'd be really, really appreciated. Anyway, next video we're going to be having a look at is the cosine rule. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you. Catch you next time. Bye.